Hey everybody, welcome back to Parenting on the Ranch. Today we're going to be talking about the yes jar. So to find out what that is, stick around.
We are a family of 5 living on a ranch in Texas.
On our channel, we will cover a variety of topics. These are solely based on our experience and opinions, and we do not hold any degrees in childhood development or education.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Parenting on the Ranch. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about the concept of a yes jar. So, my name is Curtis.
I'm Jessica.
Please make sure you subscribe to the channel as well as click the bell icon down on the bottom right hand corner so you don't miss any of our videos. So, Jessica, what is a yes jar?
A yes jar is something that we started using in fostering. It is a jar, bucket, basket filled with things that we allow our kids to have whenever they ask. And the answer, whatever is in the bucket, is always going to be a yes. Sometimes there are considerations that we'll talk about. That's basically it. It's something to fulfill them with a yes. As we have learned, it takes 10 yeses to void out one no, right?
Yeah. The studies have shown that it's like between 8 and 10 yeses, but our personal experience is probably closer to 10.
Yeah. So if you say, the kids ask you for something and you tell them no, it harbors like their self-esteem. Sometimes it empowers like their hoarder tendencies, like they'll sneak food or things like that. This especially helps with kids that come into foster care, come into your home. It gives them a safe place for things that are just theirs, that they can have whenever they want.
Right.
You think about it, it's not only food. So food has a lot to do with kids in foster care. A lot. Some of them go hungry or they eat junk food all day long, right? So it doesn't have to just do with food. You can go to any store and fill up whatever you want your yes jar to be. So it could be things like stickers, gum, temporary tattoos, fidgets. You can order those on Amazon. Small toys, silicone straws, card games, like these ones are our favorite. Got them at Dollar Tree for $1. So it not only gives them the yes, but it also educates them because these are counting cards. Or the Spot It game, it's our favorite. So when you decide that you're going to make a yes jar, just put anything in there. And
anything that you're satisfied with always saying a yes to. Don't go and put high sugar treats in your yes jar because you always have to say yes to this. That's the whole concept behind it. If you put something like bubble gum or Snickers or something like that, and your kid doesn't do really well on sugar,
like Raven.
Yeah, exactly like Raven. One little bit of sugar and she's
everywhere.
Yeah. So, you want to, if you're considering food, try to make some kind of healthy snacks. Something like fruit snacks or peanut butter or an apple. All of these things are healthy snacks. They're something that you can say yes to anytime, but it'll still count towards your yes count.
We call it a yes jar. That's the name that we were taught. That's the name we go with. It can be anything. Basket, jar. We use a clear shoe bucket we got from Dollar Tree. And it doesn't matter the size. It can be a little bitty mason jar. It can be a huge mason jar thing from Walmart. It doesn't matter the size of jar, just the contents in it. The one thing that we did notice when we set up our yes jar for our first kids that we had, the jar was empty in an hour. They, like you said, whatever that is in there that they ask for, you have to be okay with saying yes to, and you have to give it to them. It's not no, because then that kind of negates the purpose.
You can kind of fudge with that a little bit. You know, you can have one of your rules that says you can only have one thing at a time. So if they pick an apple and they immediately want a toy, they can't have both. You know, one of your rules could be you have to finish whatever it is that you got before you ask for something else.
Right. And two, you know, we have 2 yes jars. We have the refrigerator because we have things like Go-Gurt or this is Jell-O, but packs of Jell-O. So you can have 2 yes buckets, but whatever is in there, you have to be willing to say yes to. It doesn't matter how big it is. They're, especially when they first get it, they're going to empty it within the first half of the day. But in that, you need to teach them that whatever is in their jar is theirs for the day. We refill our yes jar every night after they go to bed. We fill it back up with things so they have those choices for tomorrow. But whatever is in, I'm not going to refill it at noon if you've ate it all. Or if you've played with all the toys. I'm not going to refill it until you're asleep. And we kind of pretend there's a fairy that fills it up. But that's just us. The yes jar fairy. But you know, that gives you the ability to teach them, or gives you the opportunity to teach them the things in their jar are theirs for the day, and new things will come in the next day. So eventually they will learn to kind of spread it out throughout the day. Now, one question is, we do put food in ours. So a question you might be having is this. So it's dinner time, and my kids want that Snickers bar that's in their yes jar. So I still say yes. You can have that Snickers, but the catch of it is, let's put it over here by your plate. Let's eat our food. Let's eat our meal first. And then if you are still hungry or you still want it, then you can have it. I didn't say no. I just put my own kind of stipulation on it, like, let's eat the meal first. And if they don't eat it, if they choose not to, then they can put it back in their bucket. Save it for later. You know, our kids tend to use that as dessert, but that's just ours.
I'm sure it's more than just our bed.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, it makes it fun that they get dessert.
Mm-hmm.
If they have saved it all day long, then they can really enjoy it. So, I mean, the yes jar has to do a lot with food, especially for kids that come into foster care that don't have a variety of those things that, you know, like our kids were given chips a lot. So we choose not to put chips in there. They still get chips, but you know, we try to, that's our opportunity to make the healthy choices, to give them a variety of things. Something new. If it stays in the yes jar for a week, especially like the refrigerator, you know, Cassidy chooses not to eat broccoli. She doesn't like it. You don't like it either, but that's okay. Raven and I like it. So if she chooses not to eat it, then I mean, after a couple of days, I'll take it out and replace it with a different option. Give her a different opportunity. But you just need to be consistent with the yes. But if it is those times of you're plating you're making the plates and they want to eat that Snickers or fruit snacks, in Gage's case, you know, just say, you can have it, yes. Make sure you use the word yes, not something else. But, you know, that makes them good eaters if they're willing to eat their meal and then have their fruit snacks or whatever it is. So you may be thinking, we have to say, you know, the things that are in the jar, we have to say yes to. So what if I say too many yeses? I think that saying yes all the time, it actually helps them accept the no a little bit more easier. Mm-hmm. It doesn't, what's the word? It doesn't hurt them as bad when they hear a no. They'll actually accept it and move on from it. Yeah. So you can't say yes too much.
Just think of it as like a bank. And every time you say yes, you put a penny in your bank. Well, like we said earlier, it takes 8 to 10 yeses to negate a no. So if you say yes 20 times and you say no one time, you come out with, anywhere between 10 or between
10 and 12.
Yeah, 10 and 12.
Ooh. Yes,
10 to 12 yes is still in your yes bank. So it's still a positive influence for them on what they're doing. And on top of that, saying the yes and, working with them on getting stuff they like that you're comfortable with giving them and filling up your yes bank, you're building trust in them. They're going to learn to trust you that you're going to have something for them to eat or something for them to play with, and
it just makes the connection between you stronger.
Right.
So it's wild how it works. Like, you just, me growing up, like, I had food, you had food, and I mean, we didn't really have to go through what they have gone through. So, just thinking about that, I mean, it's crazy to me. Like, I've always had food, like, I could just go get it or ask my mom, and it solidifies their connection with you, that you are going to take care of them. You're going to put your best effort forward to make sure that they have the things that they need. So it does help you stay connected.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that is asked a lot when talking to us, well, let me back up a little bit. Like we said before, this was taught to us while we were in foster care, one of the seminars or conferences or whatever that we went to. And the people that were teaching the class, they had 8 kids? Yeah. 10 kids, something like that. They had a lot of kids. And one of the questions that was brought up was, you have 8 kids. Doesn't this cost a lot? And,
yeah,
I mean, the answer is yes and no. You could get, one of those big, like, bulk chip bags or something like that with a whole bunch of chips in it. Or, you get the little peanut butter cups. You get like 10 of these. And you put one in there every day. Yeah. And maybe they don't get eaten all the time. The little Nutri-Grain bars. They come 8 to a pack. You put one in there every day, and that's it. The fruit snacks, same thing. You can buy in bulk, put one thing in there per day, and when it's gone, it's gone. Yes, there is an initial investment. Yes, it does take money, but the reward for the effort that you put forward to it and the yeses that you give and you deposit into your yes bank is going to greatly outweigh the little bit of monetary investment that you have to do.
Yeah, it kind of comes back tenfold. Mm-hmm. I mean, we put the thought into the nutritional food. Choose very wisely. But, we put the thought into the food and just everything. And as you get to know them, you'll kind of see, toys that they like. Like ours, like Peppa Pig. So we bought the Peppa Pig family, and they got one a day. So then they got a collection. Or, Gage likes Hot Wheels. So, go to the Dollar Tree. You can get, I think, 2 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Or, like these cards. We have 8 million packs of these cards. I think we have the collection from Dollar Tree. But they love it. Or little stuffed animals you can get at the Dollar Tree. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying fill your home, especially because we live simplified. Don't fill your home with, don't think of it as you're filling your home with just junk. These things either get ate or they get worn out very quickly. So they always need to be replaced. Mm-hmm. So, you can go to the Dollar Tree. I mean, they sell the peanut butter packs or applesauce, or I think they sell like little protein bars or something. go and have a bucket in your pantry or a dedicated shelf to just their yes jar stuff. So they're going to gravitate more to the things that are in their yes jar if you don't give them to them in their lunchbox for school, or for lunch at home, or for a snack. They will, especially if they learn that they like them. We always try to make them try it at least one time. If you don't like it, fine, but if you do, they'll gravitate more to those things, and they'll make the healthier choice when it's, I'm gonna say, limited when they can have it, because they can always have what's in there. But if that is the only time that they can get those things, they're gonna gravitate towards it a little bit better. And we talk a lot about food, but having those fidgets and new exciting toys, or cards, or straws, we buy this silicone straws, chew on them, use them in their cup. These are great for infants and toddlers that are teething. You can put them in the refrigerator and they really can't get torn up.
Something else you can put in your yes jar. We've talked about food, we've talked about toys and stuff, but you can put in little coupons. Things like, get to stay up 15 minutes later, or 15 minutes more on your iPad or your game console or your TV or whatever, or 15 more minutes of outside time, or an extra dessert if if it's like a healthy dessert. You can make little coupons and put them in the jar. And then, rather than just having them open where they can read them and say, okay, I want this one right here, fold them up where they can't see it. So then, not only is it, that they get the yes, but they get the excitement of picking something out of the jar, not knowing what it is, and opening it up. Oh yes, I don't have to go to bed at the same time as my sisters do. I can stay up later.
Yeah.
So there's a world of different things that you can have in here, and have fun. Have fun with your kids, and some of the stuff, like the cards. We use those more than just for that day. You can reuse those every day. If you get something, a card game, or something like that can be used over and over, that your kids like, that multiple kids like, and they don't like sharing all the time.
This one right here.
Put it in there, and when somebody picks it that day, then they have it for that day, and it's theirs. Everybody else has to play the way that they want to.
They're in control.
And at the end of the day, put it back. And then the next day, maybe somebody else will choose it, and everybody else has to play their way.
But, in saying that, in putting it back, we do have a designated spot on our bar for the card games and things to be returned. That way they're not just shoved in the toy bucket or, all over the house. Because, like, this game, it's a three card game, so you have to match up your cards to make a picture of a cow. So we have to keep all the pieces. So we have a designated spot on our bar that the games and the toys and things like that are returned. That way the fairy can pick them up and she can put them back or give them to whoever. So it doesn't just keep it out for free play all the time. With the card games, you can limit it to a specific amount of time. Like, you can play with it for 30 minutes. You can limit it to an hour, or half the day, and then we need to put it back, because those, they're not what's the word?
Attention span.
Well, no, their attention span, especially the little ones, their attention span is short, so you don't want to lose the value of it, but you don't want them to lose the thrill of it either, especially if it's something that is more costly. And once our card games, like, they don't pick them out of their guest jar for a long time, the fairy takes them out and puts them in our game bucket, and then we can use them then. And that way we can join in, and it makes that connection even stronger.
Or you can put them back in your pantry or closet or whatever for 2-3 months,
and
then bring it back out in 2 or
Mhm.
3 months. Change them out every 2 months or every month or something like that. That way, there's always something new that's going to be in there that has to be returned every night.
Yeah. And these kind of things don't expire. So you can do that, or you can keep them for 6 months. But you'll find too that the kids are like, I hope I get that nut bar in my yes jar, or I hope we get fruit snacks this week, or I hope I get a new card game or coloring book, or new crayons. So it's kind of like your Santa. You take those things in, especially as you get to know them and things that they enjoy. Like our kids like coloring and games and stuff like that. So put that in your own memory bank when you go shopping and find those things that they like. Food is great and the small toys and games are great, but you can bring them out later. We have company. So we have company. It's almost bedtime when we're making our video. Another good thing is these little Vienna sausages. They like them. I like them.
I like
Me
Jello.
not.
Daddy, not so much.
I like Jello.
You like Jello?
And we got this little thing. I don't know what it is.
You put it in your mouth.
This Jello.
Okay, so other things to include in there are like the Capri Suns and the little baby water bottles. Water bottles are great, especially the ones that are like this that have the little decorations on them. Yeah, Raymond got that one at school. So, little water bottles are great. Our kids love them, and it also has a dual purpose because they'll drink water out of these little baby water bottles, not so much out of their cups. So, it's just things to consider. It's just surprise things that are available to them that you are comfortable with saying the yes to and giving it to them. Just, keep in the back of your mind, if it comes at, mealtime and stuff, still say yes, but make that consideration. Give them that thought of, let's save it for after we eat, or, save it for this special time. Or so, especially if you're running out of the door, you can buy, they're called they're snack size Ziploc bags. Think about filling them up with goldfish.
Or peanuts.
Or peanuts, or Cheerios. Just fill them up with some kind of, healthy grab-and-go kind of snack. That seems to be the most important time that our kids want, a snack, is when we're, especially Gage, like we get up from nap and it's, let's put our shoes on and get ready to go pick up sisters, but he still wants a snack. So I can grab those things and, even if it is like cereal or goldfish, they're not so healthy, or, a couple of animal crackers or animal cookies, I can still put enough in there to appease him wanting it, but I still have control, especially if it's something I buy in bulk and I can ration out basically.
Mm-hmm.
So we hope that you like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah. So I'm sure that y'all have plenty of questions. Please make sure if you do, leave a comment below and ask it. We'll try. We read every comment that comes in and answer everyone as well. So if you have a question, leave a comment below. And if you have an idea on something that you can put in a yes jar, leave that too. Let us know. Give us some ideas. We've been doing this for
5 years.
5 years or so, but anybody has different ideas. Mm-hmm. Everybody does. And maybe we haven't thought about it. So leave a comment below with an idea of what we can put in our yes jar or what you can put in your yes jar. And again, if you have any questions.
So until next time, next week we will be talking about how to bounce back from a setback in your daily life.
And trust us, we had some big ones this month.
Yeah. So
thanks for watching, y'all. Happy parenting.